Mama called Baba EHTV, your number one channel for all the news, entertainment, and the gossips. Me mama watching my majo baby I will be am chiao. Me dream say on hoye sani anyame adum me so me hoye no. Na enede na make Adjetey Anang Elias Pusha for things we do for love. Yeah, any kakra no. I'm saying things we do for love, and the memories are still but refreshing. Na mi nim ni ekoso obi asori amachuro book. One of the ankwani kakra 50 years was watchuro book. Na anya bone so beturo book. Na emom niama bi o ka wo mu no. Eno na mpese me no nyina ebobo ho ne ehwese. Is it even necessary to talk about all the things in the book? Yan kwani ekotie ni o kan ye ba bebobo ho. Ni ado so ko ni ahwem. Yan komra.
The book that there were mistakes made.
Yeah.
That you made when you stepped out on your marriage?
Yeah, I mean, it started, I think that for a greater part, and the experience was hard hitting when early years of marriage. And
so the cheating did not happen during the relationship stage because you were together 7 years before you married.
Yeah.
So it happened after you were married.
Yeah, and this was, and when I say cheating, I think that, for the most part, people think that when it's cheating, then, we conclude that then
you're sleeping with
sexual affairs. No. I mean, even the good book tells us that even when a woman walks by and you think of them lustfully in your mind, you have sinned, and that's cheating. And there's emotional, there's mental, and the physical as well.
You said emotional and physical.
Yes, I did say that.
So explain that.
So in my bit to explain that covers a whole spectrum of I hug you, for example, and my mind is like I'm thinking lustfully about you. That's cheating. You can't limit it to, because otherwise then we get away with so many things. And then what the good book tells us, how do we justify that? By just thinking lustfully, I've not touched there, they said I've sinned. How have I sinned? But that's what the good book tells us. And so we translate that to even touching you and my mind is impure. I have cheated because I have a partner, and that thought should run through me only with my partner. Then
so you didn't sleep with anybody?
No. I'm not going to say that. I slept with anybody. In my thought processing, that is where the cheating happens, and it's tough for me to even put it into words, because the way it was written in the book is how I wanted to leave it at, because the moment you try to explain these things, then okay, the media takes it up and then they twist their own headlines and it becomes something else.
That's why we would put the words against what you're saying, because you say, and I'm reading a portion of the book that is, everywhere. People are sharing that particular screenshot.
Yeah.
And you say that you were naive from the start about subtle amorous hints.
Yeah.
And perhaps made a lot of assumptions about people's motives till it was too late.
Yeah.
And you also admit that you got bolder and more daring and adventurous, and sometimes initiated flirtatious conversations and led many on. And you've been in very compromising situations with ladies.
Yeah.
And some started as admiration and fun, and after frequent chats developed into flirting and occasionally went too far. So when I am reading these things, if you're leaving it to my imagination to say, how far did Adjetey go with Lady A or Lady B? Then that's a murky space. So you have to set some boundaries for me.
I mean, it's a murky space, but, for me, intentionally, I left it at that, because the moment you expand that, it will lose focus of why this book was set out in the first place. And the notion that our habit not a habit, I think there's a culture of glorifying negativity, and it's high time that we begin to move away from that. I mean, here we are, we complain about the Western world representing Africa in only negativity, but we do worse, because negativity sells. But how does that develop a nation? How does that develop our society? Because when you do that, when people are going through issues that are real, that needs attention, that needs help, they won't seek the help because they cower. Because the moment they come out to say that I'm suffering from this, they say, oh, abodam. That's the attitude. And I think that we're not helping young people who are in the limelight, who we say we're going to hand over, to be able to really search deep and say, look, these are my weaknesses. I need to confront them to become a better person. And so this book actually is in a way speaking to these young people that, look, what you're going through is not new. I have been through that space. These were the structures that I put in place to get out of it. That's the resilience. And I fought it. These are the things that you can do as well to get out of it. Because if we don't do that, then we were going to have people replicating what we've done.
Misama makwaba by EHTV. What's in your kind? Or say cheating or kind, and yes, sabi, or baby koda ho, no be any name, none any ye bibi. Nemum, say why he will be crack a canoe. Nature say, one another. Hey, Adjetey. Nankanya Kagana, ye casa, dear me say, Bema biane and ma 1 million or 2 million a do. Because Nyamia body at the effort, who is a washer. Osha or commodore. It's me dear, your Canadian now, you know, Eminya. But is it even necessary to say it? Also, all Cassan, you really dear on share maybe dana. Pusher, a year and Adjetey Anang or your interview, you see beginning to worry and a crown, and say, na, Nanisha Danjan who ye. Now, wouldn't mean to now, ye, Naninja Hono. I know yes, because answer na your friends say oba ebe warrior ni kunu hunya na kono no na bibi wo ho ntia mostly ema say owo obi a say be looking up to and now owo bibi a alternative a na wo ho nhye na nya na kono sa ba wo yire meka ye say wo no wo hwe be ma we wan hwe be ma we because oni trim etiso de empire ni ahwem into wo yire meka why do you even say it? The reason why I'm saying this is that Nina bringing up what we call trust issues. Sometimes, but from there, no, Samoko baby now, who show be power, you better say, Massa, you're careful. If you are cranny and you're on a wide wall, and today be I say, and you be beer, Nessa, our Remiaka. I did be a while, send me a tiano, or the show on 1K, or the show on one is severe warrior, no, or the show on one, that's a more problem. Here comes a book I'm mostly no me per se. I want to write things that will inspire people. Nearby culture will be say, oh, this is good, this is not bad. But idea be I said be any relevant because Sawoka say cheating in marriage. Me I cry me theater and say, hey, cheating saying. What cheating? Do you have to come and say it publicly while you're still in the marriage? While your wife is still alive? What are you trying to say? But actually not cheating who say and no cry more damp. Because what to me can't me say, oh, it might be now how you been now, you were last fully until you want to write in a book. Adjetey Anang, there are so many things you could have written and could have served the purpose of the youth. To say what you're going through, life-related experience. Now, you know, your experiences are on set up with them, no, and you're very inspiring. Yes, first of all, one for our time in Niagara. Number 2, whatever you need to do, you do it on set. Number 3, you are punctual and determined and you are willing to learn. This is a good example of things that people can learn. And yes, me buy na me kwahwe obi na me cheating on my wife. No, that part is not really necessary. Intimate to am say, hey, also, is it everything that we have to say? And does it even help the marriage? Because our real journey, there are things that you don't need to say. Personally, I don't think it's for you to say it. Because sometimes you saying it, we are more damage than good. But from there, no, can be say, it's a confession be one man, and necessary. There are some also going forward, be the person in your past, was by or how, and no, you need to tell your spouse so that later on, Okohua and Yanbonny, but I said, my dream, you say, will be lastly in my head. My spouse won't mean committing man, meaning you are also dreaming. Why do I have to say it? To me, and you're necessary. And I also, saying, will you tell your wife, your husband, about all the things that you've done, even your boyfriend? To me, not all things are being told, and not all the things have to be told. What's what you're saying? Drop it in the comment section. Now, me who wants what you're EHTV, your #1 channel. stay tuned and share and subscribe to people so that others too may share. Bye bye.